All right, let's just do a mic check real quick. There's no way that I'm going to be able to express to you how historic what you're seeing right here represented in this chart is. There's just no way. I'm going to try. Let me take a little bit of water. There's no way that I'm going to be able to express to you how historic what you're seeing right here represented in this chart is. There's just no way. I'm going to try. What's up, Spock? Walk the truth. Spock Rising. Chris V. This is beyond historic, guys. I just tweeted out 19 minutes ago, historic day. The Fed just injected more than $1.5 trillion into the market. And the market said, we're going down. This is guys, you don't pump $500 billion into the market and not have the market react positively and stay positive, at least for the day. What's going on here is it bounced up 800. What did we go up? We went up 21,357 to 21,830, almost 500 points in how many bars is that? 20 minutes. This happened while I was doing my last video. During the video, before I started the video, it was down to right here. By the time I get done with the video, it was over here. And I was like, what happened here? I think I even said it on the video. Did the Fed just issue some quantitative easing? Did they just unleash some stimulus package, some highfalutin stimulus package on the market? I didn't even know what happened, but I suspected, because usually you don't get a bump like this unless you've got some major money flooding the markets. And then I saw this on CNN Business. Stocks are up. Stocks are rebounding as Fed steps up. It says U.S. stocks rebounded from their lows in early afternoon after the New York Fed gears up for more than $1 trillion capital injection. So far, it's up to 1.5 trillion. I think it was even trending on Twitter. Let me see. I saw it trending. It was just trending on Twitter. It said 1.5 trillion. I bet it'll start trending again. Maybe they're trying to suppress it. I don't know. But it was off here to the sidebar. People are freaking out about the coronavirus. Guys, this is propaganda. This is second verse, same as the first. That's all it is. There is no need to panic at all. But people know that these bankers, look at this. All right, so let me just stay on track. This is so historic. I can't even put it into words. So it bumps up 500 points, and then the market says, hey, you know what? You're just throwing paper at this thing. That's all this is paper. It's all illusion. Well, guess what? We, the markets, are not buying into the illusion today. And then it just took a precipitous drop down. Look, we're near our lows, guys. The lows are 21,300. It's at 21,585 right now. We're still 1,968 points in the red after a $1.5 trillion injection. And guess where that money came from? It didn't come out of thin air. Somebody didn't just sprinkle pixie dust. Nobody got unicorn crap out of a rainbow field and dumped it into the market. It came out of your pocket and mine. Nobody asked us for permission. Do you know what just happened to our dollar just now? You're not going to see the effect of it today. I don't know. Maybe you will. We're in unprecedented times. We're in uncharted waters. The Fed is drunk on their own power. They're injecting something in their veins that we have no idea what's going on. Look at this. 548 right now. This is massive. I want to see what you guys have to say. This is so big right now. I bet average Joe American does not know what the hell's going on. They do not know that their bank accounts are being attacked. They don't know their 401ks are being attacked. Oh, they'll find out. They'll find out next time they go to the grocery store and you've got a loaf of bread and a pack of gum and it costs you $50. Nick says we are screwed. We are frickin' screwed. What's up? What's up, guys? We're just going to watch this. I was going to just go live at the very end of the market, but I guess there's no need for that. We're almost near our lows after a $1.5 trillion injection. 1.5 trillion. Do you know how much $1 trillion is? If you made $1 a second, it would take you 30-something thousand years to make $1 trillion. If you made $1 a second, that's $86,400 a day. That's $31.5 million a year you would earn. Just for being alive. I'll give you $1 a second. How long is it going to take me to earn $1 trillion? Over 32,000 years. Yeah, they're in full panic. They're in full drunken. This is the Fed. The Fed's going, oh my God, what does he do? I don't know. Just keep pushing button. Just keep adding ones and zeros. Just throw it at the market. Buy some stocks with all of our funny money. And the market's going, frick you. UK's always stocked up for 2 months. That's good, man. If you guys aren't stocked up now, it might be too late. I plan, when I get off of this live stream right here, I don't know, maybe I'll live stream in Walmart or one of the nearest grocery stores or something. I just wonder what's going on the street right now. I showed you that video just the other day. My little town, toilet paper aisle, virtually empty. The only toilet paper that was left was the expensive stuff. I can see them. If it dips below 2,300, we've already been at negative 2,200 today. If it dips below negative 2,300, I can see them halting trading for the day. And we're still, almost 2 hours from close. It's too late to prep. I don't know, man. It's never too late, but I don't know. Don't get caught in the melee is all I'm saying. If you don't have a grip of food, if you don't have a ton of water, and I'm talking about not just food, but also supplements, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B12, vitamin B6, zinc, all the stuff to boost your immune system. I don't care wherever you can get it. Try not to get the cheap stuff because, the cheap stuff, you get what you pay for. Make sure you got iodine, you got iodized salt, you've got, your basic canned goods, your dry goods, stuff that's going to last for a long time. So you don't have to go to the grocery store and battle Aunt Irma with the baseball bat. Guys, people are going to start eating kibbles and bits here. Oh, Brian, you're an alarmist. You're selling fear. You're fear mongering. Look at this. We're at 21,516 now, and it's dropping. We're 2,000. Guys, just think about this. If you know anything about the markets, we are 2,000 points in the red after the Fed injected 1.5 trillion. What are they going to do now? Throw another 2 trillion at it? That's coming out of our pockets, guys. Just put that on their great. What are we up to now? Great grandchildren. They won't mind. Heck, they're not even born yet. Their mothers and daddies haven't even met yet. Just go ahead and throw them into transgenerational debt slavery. My God. You eventually run out. Yeah. And you know what the Fed's going to do? They're going to come into the market and they're going to start buying airline stocks and buying cruise line stocks and buying oil stocks and trying to buy it up. It's all hyperinflated, guys. It is all illusion. And it's like the market's going, I'm sick of this illusion. I'm just going to tear this veil down right now. You can't win. In the end, you can do it for a little while. You can maintain the illusion. You can maintain this illusion of prosperity for a little while, but in the end, you do not win. It's a game of musical chairs. The music stops, a chair is removed, the music starts back up, the music stops, the chair is removed. Pretty soon, there ain't going to be no chairs. There won't be a place to sit down. Don't put yourself in that position. If it breaks, let's see. Okay, so they did stimulus at, it looks like around 21,359. It looks like they did $1.5 trillion at 21,359. 21,359. If it drops below 21,359, which is lows of the day. Now, what's lows of the day? Lows of the day is right here. Technically speaking, if it drops below 21,304.8, just say 21,300. If it drops below 21,300, whoa, look at that precipitous drop. Oh. If it drops below 21,300, and that's just in 200 points, guys, we're already down 2,000 points. If it drops another 200 points, Katie, bar the door. We may call your friends and neighbors, get them on this live stream because we're gonna watch history unfold together. Tony says, please print more currency and send me some. Oh, this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We could go to the SPY, which is the ETF for the SPX. Let's see what the SPY's probably the same. Yeah, SPY's down 8%. Yeah, so we got this level right here of 250. If it drops below 250 on the SPY, we're already at 252. I'm going to go back to the DJI. Dow Jones. This is the Dow Jones Industrials is the 30 top stocks, industrial stocks in the United States. Or it's just an indicator, that's all. When the Fed makes 30% return in 6 months, I'll tell you, told you so. Governments can't pay cops good. I don't want governments to pay cops good. Last thing we need to do is pay cops good. What, so they can take away more of our rights and steal more of our income? Yep, YouTube watcher, we are watching history again. Exactly. Catherine says best is yet to come. Gosh. Rich says don't panic, Hispanic. 544. Okay, so you got a little bump here. Got up and gun up, freedom lovers. Going to be a bumpy ride. Yep. God, man. The giant sucking sound you hear is everything you've ever worked for your entire life circling the drain, says Cynthia. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I always quote Amschel Rothschilds. Give me control over a nation's money and I care not who makes its laws. They're like, hey, I'm in the driver's seat. I don't give a go ahead and make all the rules you want. I'm the chessboard owner. I own all the pieces on the Monopoly board. I've got all the money. I've got Park Place. I've got Boardwalk. I've got everything you could possibly imagine. And you got to come to me. Make all your laws. I don't care. I got all the politicians in my back pocket. I own Congress. The president's seat was sold out a long time ago. And you guys are still thinking that voting actually changes things. Oh, the illusion of prosperity. It was so nice 2 weeks ago, right? When the Dow was 29,500. It was so nice. Oh my God, my illusion was so grand. My 401k looks so good. What did Trump say? Trump said husbands are looking like financial wizards to their wives right now. Oh, yeah? What are those husbands looking like today? He said that 2 weeks ago. He says it at almost every rally. They come up to me and they go, Mr. President, you're not going to believe it. My wife's talking to me again. She's sleeping with me again. She thinks I'm a financial wizard because our 401k is up 90%, 95%, 110%. What is the wife saying now? Are you guys not talking? Not sleeping together now? God. Biden, haha, what a joke, just like Trump. It's all a joke. It's all a joke. Stick with the plan, Trump. 2Q, 2Q. Stick with the plan. It got a little pop. It got a little 100. Yeah, it went down to 440, 477. It got just like a pop. It's like the easy credit guys are going, no, we can win this. And the bears are going, no, we're going to slap you down with these big fat paws we got developing over the decades. As you continue to pour liquidity in the market, as you continued with your stimulus plans, as you continue with your bailouts and your bail-ins, the bear claw got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now you can't even do anything. 3 months to make trillions, or pull out of stock. Shoelaces Event 201. Yeah, I went over Event 201 and ID 2020 and Trump's executive order, his executive order for immunizations, the immunization plan, saying vaccines are the answer to infections, to the influenza virus. Vaccines are the answer to the influenza virus. Only, he's bemoaning in the EO. He's bemoaning the fact that the CDC reports that only 45% of Americans get their yearly vaccination. They want you to be vaccinated every single year. Yeah, I want a government subsidized chemical soupy mixture in my veins and in the veins of my loved ones, don't you? Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Just trust the government because they have such a good track record of being trustworthy, of being responsible, of being reliable, of being loving, of being above board on everything, right? I don't know anything about that. it's so funny. People ask me, how come you're not dealing with this? How come you're not dealing with this? Guys, there's so much stuff going on right now. The Limitless channel says, how are you not covering so-called Q came out as Austin Steinbach? I haven't heard of it, man. Honestly, there's so much stuff to miss. Maybe put it up on your channel or send me a link or something like that. Oh, by the way, let me just, guys, let's do this, because the more you deal with coronavirus and the more you say COVID-19 and the more you deal with, HOAX possibility, the more chance you have of getting your channel taken down. So if my channel gets taken down, before my channel gets taken down, follow me on Twitter. And I'm not calling you a follower if you follow me on Twitter. You're a fellow listener. You're a fellow learner. You're a fellow journeyman. That's how I see people. We're all on this same boat together, and it's got tons of holes in it. And there are even more holes in it today than there were yesterday. Things are not okay. It's not time to panic, but it definitely is time to prepare. You don't want to panic, but you do want to prepare. Don't be the last person to go and get your toilet paper or your rice or your beans or your, whatever you're going to get to prepare. Don't be the last person there. Hopefully you've been listening to me for the last, however long, and you've already prepared. You've got all your stuff. If you did, cheers to you. Good for you. If you haven't, gosh, man, I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, when I get off this live stream, I'm going to go into town, go to a couple grocery stores, and just maybe ask some people questions. What do they think about coronavirus? I mean, some people I've asked, they're like, coronavirus, what are you talking about? People are so busy working, trying to make ends meet, going to school, putting food on the table, paying insurance, paying their last traffic ticket. They're so busy and so mired down in what they got to do. It's hard for them. I give them it's hard to pay attention. It's hard to pay attention to the things that are going on. They're hitting us so hard and heavy lately. 21,568. I don't know if I want to hang around. Oh, what I wanted to cover was, let's see. Oh, yeah, this right here. New York Federal Reserve injects 1.5 trillion. Do you even I know we've become desensitized to it, but trillion is billion is a massive number. They never used to talk. When I was a kid, they barely talked about billion. And now they're talking about trillion all the time. And because they talk about trillion all the time, people are like, well, it's not a big deal. I mean, 100 trillion there. 1 billion is a lot. Guys, $1 million. If you made $1 a minute to earn $1 million, I'm sorry, if you made $1 a second to earn $1 million, it would take you 11 days. If you earned $1 a second to earn $1 billion, it would take you 11 years. If you earned $1 a second to earn $1 trillion, it would take you over 30-something thousand years. That's how big the disparity is. That's how exponential it gets. And when these politicians, it's so easy to talk about mass sums of money when you're talking about other people's money, giving away other people's money. When Elizabeth Warren gets out there and talks about, we're going to provide you with free stuff, or Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden, we're going to give you free stuff. We're going to take care of the healthcare industry. We're going to wipe out all student loan debt. Free stuff, free stuff, free stuff. It ain't free. There are no free lunches. There will never be free lunches. Somebody somewhere down the line had to pay for that bologna and that bread and that mayonnaise. You don't get a free sandwich. You don't get a free carton of milk. You don't get a free bag of French fries. There is no free lunch. There are no free lunches. How stupid do we have to be to think, oh yeah, the Fed can come up with $1.5 trillion. They can afford it. Oh yeah, where'd that come from? You and me. And it's all in the soup of something called inflation. It's the hidden tax called inflation. Honda, thanks for hopping on my live stream today. Thanks for what you do. We need to do something together soon. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Zach K says, I don't want to be a part of this society/world. I do. I want to change it. I want to be a part of this world. I want to change it. And we can. We just got to get together. We got to be united. People are like, you don't have any solutions. Yeah, I do have a solution. The solution is very simple. Stop condoning and consenting to and supporting and voting for corruption and corrupt individuals. Stop it. Quit it. Knock it off. Wake up. Be an adult. Nobody can boss you around. You're an adult. Nobody has any authority over you. Not legitimately. And let's all stick together, stand together. If you're divided away from a group and you're just a single person, fighting against the machine, you lose. If you're 10 people, if you're 100 people, if you're 1,000 people fighting against the machine, you lose. But if you get a whole bunch of people, and that's what I love about the internet, if you get a whole bunch of people together, standing together always, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's going to be a hard uphill battle, but freedom is worth it. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and indifference to this notion is the means by which the people will and have secured their own oppression. Harold says, my wife stopped going out on dates with her boyfriend now that our 401k tanked. I got a bone to pick with Trump. Talking about what we just talked about recently with people thinking that they're, real estate or stock market wizards because their 401ks are up 110%. Now what are they up? Barely nothing now. Let's see. What are we doing on the stock market? Oh, we had a little rally. Look at that. We're at 21,753. All these are just head fakes, guys. All these pump ups right here, these are just head fakes. It's like, okay, hold on. All right, let off. Hold on, let off. Fear, greed, fear, greed. It's all illusory. The market wants to find fair market value. Look at this. 27,000 to 21,000. 6,000 point drop in 4 days. All right, so let's read this right here. New York Federal Reserve injects $1.5 trillion into the markets amid coronavirus chaos for stocks. Yeah, I started reading this. Federal Reserve Bank in New York on Thursday took steps to inject more than $1.5 trillion. It just makes you want to throw up into the markets in a bid to calm investors who are fearful of the economic impact of corona. This isn't about coronavirus, guys. Coronavirus is the cover story. It's the smoke screen. They're doing this. Watch. Oh, the hand's gone. Oh, the hand appeared again. Oh, the hand's gone. Coronavirus is a smoke screen, guys. It's a smoke screen to take away more of your wealth and to take away more of your rights. Look what they're doing with the coronavirus in Italy. The entire country's on lockdown. 60 million people. Can you imagine your area, your county being on lockdown? Who's going to tolerate that? I'm not tolerating that. Are you? Sorry, Big Daddy government. Oh my gosh, that means if you don't self-quarantine, if you don't abide by the terms of mandatory quarantine and you listen to Big Daddy government, then you hate your neighbor. You hate school children. You want to infect everybody by going out there. No, I want to be free, and I'd rather have dangerous freedom than peaceful slavery. Don't lock me up in my house. You're kidding me. Are the yellow vests in the street today? Probably not, because of the coronavirus. Look how that works. Hey, the elites don't like the yellow vests in the street. What do? Let's sprinkle some coronavirus in on the situation. Oh, you don't like what's going on in Hong Kong? You don't like the protest? Let's sprinkle some coronavirus into the equation. That'll take care of that. That way we can foist our governmental controls on you under the cover of the coronavirus. How convenient. Event 201. Hot diggity dog. ID 2020. Hot diggity dog. Mandatory infections. Yeah, it's a mandatory infection. Mandatory injections. There you go. Did they come out with that movie Gray State? I thought the producer died before they even came up with that. Before the movie even came out. I thought they didn't do Gray State. No mass gatherings except all those people shopping. Crazy. Yeah, you can go to work. You can't mass gather, though. What was it in Washington State? No, it was Santa Clara. You can't gather more than 1,000 people together. Okay, I've got 998. I'm good. Thanks. Thanks for letting me gather my 998. And who's going to be there to count? I'm sorry. We're gonna trespass you guys. You guys are violating our mandate for mass gatherings. Sorry. Did you count my group? We have 998. Thank you. We were very meticulous about 998. Yeah, you can't spread coronavirus in a group of 998, but you can in 1,000. So if you're 1,000 or over, you can't meet. It's ridiculous, guys. It's the like I said, it's the frog sitting in the water, and they're turning up the heat. 1,000 a day, 800 tomorrow. Washington State has 250. Not more than 250 can mass gather. Coronavirus will never trump the First Amendment. Think about that. Your ability to gather peaceably can never be trumped by the coronavirus. The coronavirus and pandemics and fear and public panic and jeopardizing national security will never trump individual rights ever. Yeah, this is not, Renaissance man, it's 1984. What's the market doing? Is it going up? Look, it hit that ceiling. It's like, nope, don't think we will. I think we will take a little trip down here. Little trip down memory lane. You remember what 6,000 looks like? Have we lost the 25% required to officially call this beating the 1929 stock market crash? I don't know. So, the economic impact of the coronavirus. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Yeah, stocks briefly pared their steep losses Thursday afternoon, but the extremely volatile market activity continued. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500 indexes were down 7.8 and 7.3% respectively. That was my dog. Around 1:40 p.m., the market chaos swirling. With market chaos swirling, the New York Fed's open market trading desk revealed plans to flood the short-term funding markets with capital. Oh, where's that capital coming from? Did they, by the sweat of their brow and rolling up their sleeves and digging their ditches and mixing their cement and building their buildings, create that wealth? No. That wealth was created and generated by hardworking Americans who they are currently in the process of ripping off, period. So you can take your stimulus packages and you can take all your quantitative easing and you can take all your lower interest rate and you can take your hundreds of billions of dollars a day. Look at this. Repos. How much did they spend in the repo market today? So far? Oh, wait. Oh, gosh. I didn't even see this. Oh, my God. I didn't know there was an addendum to this. Guys, this is repo market buying from the Federal Open Market Committee. I thought it was only 78 billion today. These are in the billions. Look, amount in billions. Can you see that? Here, let me increase the size here. Look, I'm just going to show you what they're doing. They're screwing us. This is from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, repos and reverse repo operations, okay? This is for Friday. That was March 13th. Wait, Friday, March 13th. Oh, that's for delivery date, March 13th. Okay, this is March 12th. $78 billion. Submitted, 78.4. Accepted, 78.4. Look, they're just running it through. Submitted, 21.1. This is in addition to that 78 billion. 21 billion. 103 billion. 87 submitted, 45 billion accepted. 82 submitted, 50 billion accepted. Another 1.3 billion. 1.3 accepted. Oh my God, this is just off the charts, man. Oh, that's March 11th. Okay. All right, guys, that's not in one day. Sorry. But we do have 50 billion plus 45, that's 95 billion plus 103, that's 200 billion plus 21, 221, 222, 290, almost 300 billion pumped into the repo market today, plus $1.5 trillion in the open market. Oh, shoot. What did I do? I think I just... Oh, here we go. The Fed said in a statement, these changes are being made to address highly unusual disruptions in Treasury financing markets associated with the coronavirus outbreak. What a lie. What a lie. Yeah, there's panic swirling around it, but this is, I'm telling you guys, this is just the cover story. Am I still live? Yeah, repo market is big bank liquidity insurance. Yeah, that's exactly. And they're not using their own money, guys. They're not out of the kindness of their own hearts going, you know what? We're going to help you guys. We're going to reach into our pockets. And we're going to take out 1.5 trillion and we're just going to help you out. That's not the way it works. They took their digital banker hands and they reached into your pockets and they reached into your bank accounts and they reached into your 401k and they took all the product and laboring energies that you have stored up, that you stored up for your family. They took that from you and they took that from your family. Don't call it taxation. Call it extortion because they did it by the barrel of a government gun. Dang it. The initial step involves an offering to purchase $500 billion in so-called repo operation beginning today. $500 billion. I just added up just 300 billion. So their target is 500 billion today. A repo operation is an effort to keep interest rates in the Fed's preferred range. Oh gosh. Thank you, Fed. That $500 billion purchase will be followed by 2 additional $500 billion rounds in addition to other ongoing repo operations. It is such a scam. It is such a scam. It's disgusting. All right, here we go. We're at 532, 21,532. Might as well just sit here and watch history play out. We need to break 21,301, and then it's just going to... My bet is it is just off to the races, guys. Read some of your... Yeah, stay calm. Marcellus, exactly. Stay calm. Have a clear head, but prepare. Be liquid. I don't see how a bank run won't happen. I'm not saying it's going to, but I don't see how it won't. I don't see how people... You know, the average Joe on the street is... average Joe and Sally on the street, they're not going to know really what to do. Bank runs usually happen at the last moment. We're at 519 right now, 525. Got to break 301. If we break that 301 resistance, apparently there's a resistance line down here at 301 or 298 or whatever it is. 21,301. If it breaks that right there, no telling what's going to happen. Do you guys want to stay live? There's 853. I don't want to do a boring video here. We're already, how long have we been live? I don't know. If you want to stay live, do it. Just give me a 1. I got plenty we can talk about. I just hate that all the wealth, and by the way, the wealth is not evaporating, it's just transferring. You want to stay on? That's a lot of 1s. Okay, if I get 100 1s, I'll stay on. There's no... Let's see. Zach says, there is no I, there is no time or government. Stay on. Okay. I really want to get out of here and go to the store. I'll do that after the... Thanks, guys. Wow, that was about 100 1s. Somebody goes 100 1s. All right, guys. We'll do it. In a way, thanks, Harold. SGT report says stick with the plan. Q will sort this all out. Buy the dip, guys. It's just the flu, bro. SGT, if you're watching this, I just want to encourage you. I love you, man. I really do. I just want to encourage you. Think about this. Steve Mnuchin is a Zionist banking insider who Trump put as a Treasury Secretary. So he's the fox controlling the hen house. Bad news. You got Mike Pompeo as the Secretary of State, warmonger. Bad news. Civil asset forfeiting, the continue on of the drug war. You've got desires for quantitative easing. I know what you were saying, Sean, of SGT reports, when Obama and Geithner were up there going, and who's that? Paulson, Hank Paulson, saying, guys, we got to pump $700 billion in. If we don't, everything, the sky is falling. We must tell the king. I remember what you were saying during that. Now, you were against Obama then. Why aren't you this? If the veil is ever going to be lifted from Trump for people who are blindly following Trump or any politician, guys, Bernie, I don't care who it is. If the veil is going to be ripped from your eyes for anything, it's got to be for this. If not for this, then for what? Thanks, Harold, for the super chat. So all I'm saying is, you would have come out against Obama for asking for a stimulus package to bail out the, whatever industry. In this case, it's the oil and gas industry. It's the airline industry. It's the medical industry. It's the cruise line industry. We can't do it. We cannot bail them out, guys. And mainstream media is not going to get up there and tell you. You're not going to get Chris Cuomo on CNN or Don Lemon getting up there going, guys, we cannot continue to bail out. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they say the sky will fall and the earth will crumble beneath your feet unless we give an injection. They already gave an injection without going to Congress, without asking anything. The FOMC already did it, $1.5 trillion, and they're contemplating more. And you'll see a jump. You'll see this thing go skyrocket if the Fed does it again. And then it's going to come right back down. But I'm just going to show you again. I know I showed you in the last video, but I want to show you something. This rise right here from the 208 lows, or the 209 lows of 6,500, 6,478. What was that low? Let me see. Just out of curiosity, what was the lowest low number? Does anybody know what the exact Dow Jones Industrial lowest of the low number was during the financial crisis? The absolute answer, the answer for extra credit on your next spelling test, your next history test, the lowest low was 6470.0. You can see that right. Oh, I can't keep that on there. You can see up there where it says the highs for that day was 6595.2. I'm sorry, 6755.2. Well, the low was 6470.0. The market is seeking fair market value. And what you're seeing right here, this huge increase, look at this huge ride up. This whole ride. Are we looking at the right thing? Oh, shoot. Sorry, I didn't know this was cut off. This whole ride right here, all of that, 100% of that is illusory, because you had over here you had QE1, QE2, QE3, QE4 pumping in liquidity. You had the market trying to stabilize. You had the market going, screw you, fiat currency. I don't buy you anymore. No way, can't do it. And then it just starts rising again because there's more liquidity being pumped into the market, more stimulus packages, more spending. And it's all based on fiat. It's all illusory. So we're at 21,523. We're 223 points from breaking the barrier where the Fed decided to inject. This is the daily chart, guys. We've wiped out all gains on the stock market. All the gains that were made on the stock market from December 24th, 2018 are effectively gone. Not gone, not evaporated. They went into somebody else's pocket. They were transferred. All that wealth has been effectively transferred into somebody else's pocket. All that work, all that, the time and laboring energies of all those workers all over America has just been transferred. Okay, now we're at 474. Now we're less than 160 points from that barrier, guys. This is where the rubber meets the road. If we blow through that resistance where the Fed pumped that liquidity into the market, that 1.5 trillion, all bets are off, and it really is off to the races. I'm talking about a race down. I would not be surprised if in the next 5 days we hit this, we broke the 20,000 barrier. If not today, I don't know. Gosh, if we see it today, look at this drop. Look at the size of this drop. It's massive. Somebody told me, and I have not verified this, so double check me on this. I'm going to go to the room for this. There are people who are more expert in this than I am. Somebody told me that for every 2,000 point, sorry for snorting in the microphone. For every 2,000 point drop or gain in the market, it equals $4 trillion. Is that right? Does anybody know? Like, what is a 1,000 point difference in the stock in the Dow Jones in the stock market equal in billions or trillions of dollars? Does anybody know? I meant to look that up. I'm not gonna, if somebody could look that up, one of the mods or somebody, let me know. Buy the dips if you're a dip. LOL says go for it, Randy. Yeah, I saw that, Razor Queen. Gun Owners of America filed a red flag order on Chuck Schumer. I don't know what that's gonna do. They're not gonna swat Chuck Schumer. Tom Baldwin, are you sure? Over 200 trillion in value for a 1,000 difference in the Dow? I don't know. I don't. That seems very, very high to me. Hey, what's up, Corey? We're about to witness history in the making, I think. I'm going to go back to the minute chart. If we break 21,300, Katie, bar the door. Duct tape the door, bar the door, weld it shut, whatever you got to do. Oh, we got a little jump right here. It's still at 484, guys. Oh, what did it go down to while I was talking? 464. If it breaks this, what we're looking for, guys, just if you're new, to this live stream. What we're looking for is $1.5 trillion worth of liquidity from the FOMC, from the Federal Reserve, was pumped into the market and caused a 500-point just skyrocket in, what is that, 15 minutes or 15 or 20 minutes? If we drop below this level with that liquidity in the market, with the repo sales, with the stimulus being talked about, talking about quantitative easing, if we break that, ooh, there was a gap up right there. Okay, they just injected something else in here, guys. Look at it going up. Okay, guys, do me a favor. Let's all do this together. Look at this. This is skyrocketing. They just pumped more liquidity in the market, guys. We're watching this live. We are watching this live. Something artificial just happened in the market to gain. In 2 minutes, the Dow just gained 200 points. Look at this, 250 points. This is interesting. This is mass manipulation. Somebody give me a link. Let's see, Honda. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Can you see what just happened? See what just happened. Did they get a vaccine or something? What just happened with that jump right there? SGT was assembled in a Donald Trump factory. Pump and dump. Hey, what's up, Joe Cool? Joe Cool is in the shack. Yeah, I'm going to develop a drinking problem at the end of the day. Grade A premium pure water. I'm a waterholic. Did you know you could drink too much water? Syria is controlling the market. Look at this jump. Look at this pump right here. Man, if they can't, man, what just happened? We got to find out what happened. Stock market. Dow drops 1,850 points on losses for shares of Boeing, Dow Incorporated. Let's see. Behind the lines for shares, Boeing and Dow. That's not telling me anything. Okay, what just happened 5 minutes ago? Live updates. Yeah, great. We're getting our market news from CNN. 15. Small Business Administration announces it would provide disaster assistance loans to businesses affected by the corona. That happened 15 minutes ago. I want to know what just happened 3 minutes ago. We're probably not going to get that news. Look at that. We're up to 783, guys. We were at 463. Now we're at 783. In 4 minutes, look at this skyrocket. Look at that. Can you guys see that? Look at the manipulation. We're watching it live. If it caps this right here, that'll be quite a feat. That is just breathtaking, guys. If you know anything about the market, to increase 300 points in 3 minutes. What if that fails? What did they inject into the market? Anybody find it? Let me go into the chat room. Yeah, Lee says, get those rifles ready. Dang, I shouldn't have said that on a live stream. Dr. Steinman, come on, man. Yep, Spock, old Ron Paul nailed it, man. That's another thing, man. Do you realize what this country could be right now if we had 8 years of Ron Paul? Holy mackerel. Nothing happened. They just injecting money into the stock market. Yeah, but something happened 4 minutes ago, man. Something happened. There was some news. Something came out. You don't raise 350 or 400 points in 3 minutes, and there wasn't a whisper of something. There was a whisper of something on the street, and we got to find what it is. Tasman, Bill Gates implants. Yeah, man. I went over that in my last video. If you missed my last video, you should watch it. I'm watching this right here. Do you guys know about the germ theory and the thing between Beauchamp and Louis Pasteur? Interesting stuff. Let's see. You can see my back end and what I'm studying here. Yeah, if you guys missed this video right here, planned event proved that they knew this was going to happen. Check it out. Backlog buying. Plunge protection team. Is that what it was? It was okay. Somebody said plunge protection team. None of us is greater than all of us, guys. Let's stick together. Let's keep our ears open. Michael says plunge protection team. Is that what it was? Come on. Update. Update CNN. CNN Business. 1 minute ago. No, that's 17 minutes ago. Oh, poor Jamie Dimon. He had heart surgery. Ron Paul was awesome today. I love that guy. I just love that guy. He's not articulate. He's not the best speaker, but God, he knows his stuff. And he has a passion for liberty. Like I was going to say, if they had Ron Paul, if Ron Paul became president and he actually cleaned house, can you imagine what the economy would actually be doing, at least partially, with a free market guy, getting somebody like him and Lou Rockwell and somebody from the Mises Institute in there about, resetting the markets, going back to the gold standard, going back to sound money. See, that's the problem with fiat currency is it's not sound money. It's dishonest money. And sound money constrains the power of international bankers. It constrains the power of governments. They can't do what they want to do because they don't have the easy credit if there's sound money. But when you have fiat currency, when you have unsound money, when you have dishonest money, well, if you have dishonest money, then you have dishonest politicians doing dishonest things, and you can't stop that. Pork barrel spending here, insert this into this nice sounding bill here. This is our hill. Yeah, we need to stand on this hill. Federal Reserve would not exist if Ron Paul was president. I don't know if I would say that, but man, we would make some serious advancements. And God, if anybody would be a candidate for assassination, it would be somebody like liberty-loving Ron Paul, man. They think Bernie's getting swindled. Ron Paul got swindled. No masters, no rulers. Yeah, I agree. 19. And I'm not talking about I want Ron Paul to be... If Ron Paul ran for president today, I wouldn't and couldn't vote for him because I don't want any oppressor. I'm just saying, what if it happened back in 2020? In 2012. In 2012, I was at a different place than I am right now. I don't want an oppressor. I don't want a ruler. I think any change that we need to make, we can make organically. We can make it at the grassroots level. But the very first thing that has to happen is you have to disband the federal bureaucracy. You've got to get rid of Washington's District of Criminals. They're doing nothing but evil to us. Ron Paul would decimate the Federal Reserve. I know he would try, but I don't know. You just never know. You never know. I'd like to think he would. I'd like to think you would have done that. Michael Hudson says, I love Ron Paul. At least I know what he believes and where he stands. Yeah, exactly. And he doesn't change. And people give Bernie props because he hasn't changed for 30 years. He's kept the same views. The same socialist views. The same I'll reach my big, ugly, grubby political hand into your pocket views. The same, I'm going to decimate your dollar views. The same, I'm going to give you free universal health care off the backs of the working folks views. But if you have the same horrible views, political, I'm not even going to say the word because they'll buzz me and I'll lose my channel. But if you have the same horrible train wreck, liberty grabbing, monetary grabbing, willy-nilly spending views, that's not a virtue. But if you have the same views from 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago that you've held all your life saying nobody has a higher claim over your life and property than you, we need a sound money system to constrain the hands and power of the international banking cartel, that's a virtue. That is a virtue. Because it's along the lines of, Ron Paul supports Tulsi? Marius the Red, are you sure? No way. No way. Huh. It is interesting what's happening with Tulsi, but it's Tulsi's CFR, man. Tulsi's take your guns. All I see when I see Tulsi or a Pete Buttigieg, all I gotta see is what do they feel about my right to protect myself and my right to protect my family? What do they feel about your right to have a personal protection device? Oh, they want to take them? Okay, that's all I need to know. Tulsi wants to take your guns. Bernie wants to take your guns. Ron Paul didn't want to take your guns. Oh, wait, what just happened? Oh my God, we're back down to 510. Well, that didn't last long. This charting pattern does not look good right here. This, I know it's on the minute chart, but that charting pattern does not look good for the upside. It couldn't even, whatever this news was that pumped it up 300 or 400 points, did not achieve enough to go above that hill right there. Tall T, what's Tall T? Is that Tall T? Tall T is for the military. Well, it looks like she's against the military-industrial complex. That's what a lot of people like about her. They want to get her. Her mantra is, we want to get our troops out of these foreign regime change wars, which I agree. I mean, truth is truth. Yeah, we don't need to be fighting in regime change wars at all. We don't need to be fighting in any wars because they're all bankers' wars. But she never talks about getting rid of the Federal Reserve. She never talks about getting rid of the IRS. And even if they do talk about it, it's all politics, guys. It's all smokescreen platitudes. They don't mean it. Plunge protection team, says Harold. Well, we're back to 521, guys. That ain't looking good. Whatever made this pop right here wasn't sustainable, according to the market. Honda says, Fed announces massive cash injection to relieve U.S. debt market 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Pop the link in there, Honda. By the way, look at Honda's channel. I think you'll like the stuff that he puts out. 518. 218 points from this point right here where they injected $1.5 trillion in the market. You guys want to keep going? Or should we start another video? Tulsi can lie. Yeah, she's a good liar. And she's smart. I mean, I will give her this. She is articulate. She's smart. Let's see, Politico. Open link in new tab. I'll bring this over here. Let you guys take a look at it. Fed announces massive cash injection to relieve U.S. debt market. Okay, how old is this? 3:05? I don't know what time. Oh, Eastern? 3:05? Okay, so this might be it. Federal Reserve today announced that it will launch a series of massive cash injections. Can you see this? Here, let me just blow this up so you can see it. Federal Reserve today announced that it will launch a series of massive cash injections into funding markets and begin buying longer-term government bonds as panic over of course, it's the coronavirus pandemic, increasingly stresses the nation's financial system. And guys, we ain't seen nothing yet. The supply line chain was broken, officially about a month ago, 6 weeks ago? Wait till that supply line disruption catches up with us. You ain't seen nothing yet. The announcement that more than $1.5 trillion it already has been pumped into the banking system over the next 2 days. They just did it. This is Politico's going off old news. So this guy was writing this article and he's just now catching up. Yeah, this is old. I don't know what that last, thanks to Honda for this, but you can tell that the writer of this was just he was going, oh God, they just, we got to get this thing out. And now it's just old news by the time it hits the air. Oh man, we're at 4. Here we go. We're below the level of the last pump. Below the level of the last pump. We're within 166 points of falling through below the point at which they injected 1.5 million. Sorry, trillion, 1.5 trillion. Oh man, this is historic. Historic. I'm glad I'm live with you guys. What would I do if I was POTUS? The first thing I would do if I was the president of the United States. I don't know why I would ever be president of the United States. I don't know why anybody would ever vote for me. The first thing I would do is I wouldn't eliminate the Fed first. I would eliminate the IRS first. And the reason I would eliminate the IRS is because I would show the American people that I, above all the other presidents before me, really care about you. To the point where when you leave home to go to your 9 to 5 or whatever, 12 to 8, whatever your shift is, to earn the money that you went out to spend your time and laboring energies to bring home to your family, to feed your family, to clothe your family, to give your family, the medical attention they need if they need to, and to put a roof over your head. You deserve 100% of that money, and nobody has a right to 1% of what you make. If you want to voluntarily give it for your roads or your schools or your bridges or your clean running water, that's different. And then I would try like hell, and you would meet massive resistance on this. I don't know if this would, okay. I would have to do it in increments. Get rid of the IRS. That way you got the people going, holy crap. What I would need as president is I would need the unity of the nation. And what more could unite the nation than a guy standing up there behind the podium saying, guess what? I just eliminated the biggest terrorist threat organization known to mankind. The IRS hereby dissolves, and however I have to write my signature on that executive order, however he does, like that, and then hold it up and go, IRS hereby dissolved. Okay, everybody on board with me? Do you realize what your poll numbers would do if you got rid of the IRS? It'd be like, holy crap, especially if you did it in like February or March where people are really fretting about their April tax returns. People would be like, holy crap, this guy is actually making a difference. The second thing I would do, and the reason I would do the IRS thing first is because a lot of people would not be on board with this, because there's a lot of conservative thinkers out there who, for one reason or another, think that it's A-okay to have a drug war. Well, guess what? It ain't. It costs us time, it costs us money, and it costs us lives. And it takes away the free market. See, the reason we have cartel wars is because the government got involved in the drug business. When you eliminate competition, of course you're going to have wars. Of course people are going to bring out the guns. Of course, just like what happened in the 1920s, as soon as they made alcohol prohibition go into effect, man, you got the cartel, you got the moonshine and cartels. People are doing everything under the covers in the darkness. They're not really doing evil. They're not really committing crimes. 24 hours before the whole prohibition thing went into effect, you were fine to drink alcohol and to sell alcohol and to buy alcohol in whatever quantity you wanted to. But all of a sudden now, because some politician said so, or they had some kind of a women's rights march for dry counties, all of a sudden now you're a criminal? How's that work? Wait a second. You can't be a criminal unless you commit a crime. You can't commit a crime unless you leave a real victim. If there is no victim, there is no crime. So the second thing I would do after I dissolve the IRS as president of the United States is I'd get rid of the drug war. It's long, it's costly, and it failed. And it's not a war on drugs. It's a war on people. And everybody who was ever incarcerated for the third thing I would do is anybody who is ever incarcerated for possession of or sales of or whatever drugs, they didn't commit a violent crime. They didn't commit any crime. They just broke a politician's laws with the drug wars. They would all be free. Let them all out. Every single one of them. We're not engaging in the military and the prison industrial complex where we're capitalizing off of prison slave labor to build our license plates, and like they're doing in New York right now, building the hand sanitizer for Andrew Cuomo. So, I'm just thinking this off the top of my head. I think the chess move would be to eliminate the IRS, get the people on your side, eliminate the drug war, and eventually people would come along. But conservative thinkers, people who go to church and stuff like that, they'd think that that you're Satan for getting rid of the drug war. What's the third thing I would do? The third thing I think I would do is get rid of Washington's District of Criminals. But that right there, that would be a hell of a battle. I don't know. I would have to think about how I would do it. Yeah. There you go. The Department of Education. But see, a lot of people are still brainwashed into their 15,000 hour indoctrination program, and they think that the Department of Education is a good thing. I agree with you, abolishing the Department of Education, but you have to do it. You would have to do these things in sort of a political way, and I'm not saying be politically mischievous or do dark things, but you have to do things in a metered way, because what you need as president of the United States is you need a majority of the people to be on your side. And if you do things in certain orders, they ain't going to be. Man, you lift the IRS monkey off of people's back, you're going to have some serious people who are going to be really in your corner for a long, long time. What would I do about the military? Well, I would bring all of our troops home for one. I wouldn't start slashing jobs because families depend on that. You got to be just so careful how you do stuff. But these funding, what is it? 800 military base? No. Yeah, 800 military bases in over 70 different countries. We can't afford that. We just can't afford it. Oh, I'd abolish the national debt. The national debt would go back to zero because it's all fiction anyway. The bankers deserve nothing. Oh man, you want to set yourself up for a Dealey Plaza magic bullet theory upside your skull. Get rid of that. $50,000 soldiers in Germany. Tulsi said, bring the troops home. Yeah, Tulsi says some right things, but Tulsi's CFR and she wants my guns. I don't want her as an overlord. Yeah, I'd have Black Hawk helicopters over the Oval Office aiming directly at me if I did that. Ban ATF. There you go. FBI, CIA. But again, you have to be careful how you do that because involved in the FBI and the ATF and the CIA, you've got a whole bunch of families that are dependent on that income. So you got to do things in increments. You know, I would have to have some serious financial advisors because like I've told you guys many times in the past, and I'm not being facetious about this, I am definitely not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Make Monero your national currency. Would you build a wall? Time to clear says, would you ban? I'd ban all AR-14s, every one of them. They got to go. But every other gun, it's fair game. You can have. As a matter of fact, I would get rid of the assault weapons ban. I'd get rid of the automatic weapons ban. Heck yeah. Oh, I would eliminate. Oh man, there's so much. Like, I would eliminate all gun-free zones, but then you got to be careful about that too, because people think they're safe in gun-free zones. You know, it would be a mass education campaign, guys. A mass education campaign. But yeah, I'm with you. Whoever said that thing about get rid of the Department of Education, the Department of Defense, the Department of Energy, these are all just wasteful. Department of Homeland, TSA, you got to go. But you got to be careful how you do that because people really buy into the security theater. I don't know if you're new to my channel. Okay, now we're at 450. We're hanging down at the lows, guys. We're barely hanging on to 150 points. If we go below that 150 points, man, all bets are off below that $1.5 trillion stimulus that was just injected. You got to be careful how you do stuff. What were we talking about? Shoot. Yeah, eliminate. You got to be. Yeah, all gun control laws would have to go, but you'd have to slowly bring people on board with this and say, "Look, I want you." Look, I hate that word. Have you noticed all the politicians lately in the last like 8 years since Obama? I think Obama really popularized it. Look, like you're authoritative. Look. I'm going to lay down the law right now, and now I'm saying it. Look how much of a lemming we are. I am. Look, here's the deal. Yeah, April says, look, I'm the authority here. Suspend all your knowledge right now. Stop thinking about things. I just said look, and you need to pay attention to what I say because I'm the authority here. I'd get rid of all the gun-free zones, man. With a mass campaign throughout the country showing that 98% of all mass shootings have taken place in gun-free zones since 1950. So gun-free zone is not the place you want to be. And then I would tell Americans, I would tell Americans, I want you empowered. You empower yourself. I'm not going to do it for you. The government is not here to help. I'm only here as the president somehow, some way in this fictitious land. I'm not taking the $400,000 a year. I'm not riding in the Beast. I'm not riding in the $186,000 a minute Air Force One. Matter of fact, I'm grounding all government transport. There's not going to be any stipend for any congressman or senator off the backs of a taxpayer. I'd eliminate all that, right? Can you imagine the economic prosperity you would have just cutting crap out of the federal bureaucracy? Can you even imagine? Unzoom screen. Oh, shoot. Is it too zoomed? Oh, sorry, bud. Yeah. Sorry about that. Actually, I need to draw a line right here. Let me get my ugly mug moved over too. What a mug. What an ugly mug. All right. There we go. Is that better? Is that 5x5? Yeah, I see that, Marcus, the red. Yeah, Marius, the red. Tulsi does look like she's under media censorship, but that's all part of the game too. Let me refresh this because they want me to be a subscriber here. It's all part of the game. Tulsi wants your gun. All I need to know about Tulsi is she wants your guns and she's CFR. And she wants universal health care. And I think she buys into Andrew Yang's universal basic income. That's just robbery. Tulsi's a socialist. She's got some good ideas too, though. If she wants guns, she's out. Damn. Yeah, you know, while we're waiting for the stock market to crash, let me just back up my rhetoric here. You don't need to believe. Don't believe me. Do your own research. Tulsi Gabbard gun control. Let's just go to Tulsi's site. Gun safety legislation. Let me see if you can see this. Tulsi strongly supports a number of gun control measures. Do you know what that equals? Tulsi hates the Second Amendment. Tulsi just barfed on the Second Amendment. Tulsi just crumpled up the Second Amendment, put it under her foot, and set it on fire. That's all you got. I don't even need to read any further, guys. Tulsi strongly supports a number of gun control measures. A federal ban on military-style assault rifles and high-capacity magazines. Do you know what that means? Tulsi wants you criminalized. She wants you to be held as a criminal if you have what she considers a military-style assault rifle and a high-capacity magazine. By the way, they're not high-capacity magazines. They're standard capacity. Just because a politician thinks they're high-capacity doesn't mean they are. And just because they think it's a military-grade style assault rifle doesn't mean they are. She is for a federal ban. That's against the 10th Amendment, and it's against the Second Amendment, and it's against your Fourth Amendment. Fourth Amendment is right to be secure in your person's, houses, papers, and effects. Your effects is you want a military style assault rifle, then you should have it, and people should just leave you alone. It's against the 10th Amendment because the federal bureaucracy has no power if you live in a certain state. They can't tell you what you can or can't have. And it's against, obviously, your Second Amendment. Right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Tulsi is an infringer. Let's just be honest. Do I think she's a likable person? Yeah. Do I think she's articulate? Yeah. Do I think she would probably, exhibits more knowledge and acumen, and she has a better presentation, and she appears as an overall better package than anybody on the Republican or Democrat side? Yeah. But she wants your guns, and so she's a tyrant. Look at this. This is mandating comprehensive pre-purchase background checks. That's universal. That's Wayne LaPierre and the NRA right there. Wayne LaPierre doesn't care about your Second Amendment rights either. You got to get out of this left versus right crappy paradigm. Zoom out the screen. Dang it. You should be able to see that. Can't you see this Tulsi Gabbard gun safety stuff? Patrick Doyle says Tulsi should be making me sandwiches. 70,000. Yeah. What's the base congressman make in the House and the Senate? $174,000 a year. That's $83.65 an hour. Do you guys make that? I don't. Tulsi equals the other Trump, the other Obama, the other Bush. Yeah, she's second verse, same as the first. Exactly, JC. Closing the gun show loophole. That means no private party sales ever. You want to sell your gun to your grandkids or give your gun to no, you can't do it. You got to have a background check. Got to be part of the system, the registration confiscation system, making sure that terrorists are not allowed to buy guns. It's just, I don't even need to go. Look, here's the legislation. Stop School Violence Act. She signed on to the assault weapons ban. Established the Select Committee on Gun Violence. She's just bad news. Tulsi's bad news, period. If you like the Constitution, if you like the Second Amendment, if you like the Fourth Amendment, and if you like the 10th Amendment, Tulsi's bad news. Otherwise, go ahead. You can take your tyrant. I don't want that tyrant. I don't want a tyrant from Hawaii or from Massachusetts, New Mexico. I don't want a tyrant. Okay, we're at it's still trying to hang on, man. Like the market is saying, screw you, Fed. Screw you. 2,118 points down. How much longer till close of the market? Dang it. I can't believe we're going this long. Started streaming 68 minutes ago. Peyton said, all power corrupts, so it must be divided equally among the people. No one is fit to rule us. 2,118 points down. How much longer till close of the market? Dang it. I can't believe we're going this long. Started streaming 68 minutes ago. Peyton said, all power corrupts, so it must be divided equally among the people. No one is fit to rule us. 2,118 points down. How much longer till close of the market? Dang it. I can't believe we're going this long. Started streaming 68 minutes ago. Peyton said, all power corrupts, so it must be divided equally among the people. No one is fit to rule us. Yeah, Peyton says she just falls short on the Constitution. Yeah, that's all. She just falls short. That's all. She just hates the Constitution. She hates your Second Amendment. She doesn't want you to have the right to protect yourself by any means necessary against any foe that might come in. That's all. $4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Okay, so we got till 3:30. Oh man, it's gonna be. I'm not gonna keep this going for this long. Do you want me to come back and just do? Wow, I don't know. We're on the brink, guys. 418. Chris Knoll says, high impact vlogs. Check your stocks, high impact vlogs. That the important thing, Trump has saved or free speech, i.e. Century. Remember, Brian, Trump didn't save free speech. Remember the thing that he did, the anti-Semitic bill on college campuses? He actually decimated freedom of speech. That's another thing about Trump. He's against your freedom of speech. And if Trump we know Trump has pardoning abilities, and we know he's used them recently to get those 7 crooks out, his 7 fellow crooks that are glorified by Fox News, faux news. You got the Communist News Network on one side, you got MSLSD on that same side, and then you have the faux news network on the other side. There's a flavor for everybody. It's like Baskin Robbins. They got a flavor for everybody to suck you in. Oh, I'm for Fox. I'm against CNN. I'm for CNN against Fox. Oh, I hate Sean Hannity. The Sean Hannity crowd said, I hate Don Lemon. And we're all just at each other's throat while the bankers go, do, 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 do. Any more black dragons? Hey, pour me another glass of cognac. It's going to be a nice year. We've just transferred $20 trillion into our pockets again. Oh, here's another pump. Look at this. Look at this. Here we go. It's going up. Going up. Look at that. Look at that meteoric rise. Look at that. What just happened? Okay, this will probably go above this level right here now. Let's see. All right, so in 2 minutes, we've got a 412. In less than 2 minutes, it went up 200 points. Okay, there's major volatility. Intraday traders are going, yes, I'm going to make some money. As long as you get your stop set. Wow, if it ends at that tail right there, that'll be a very telltale sign. Gosh, I almost hate to leave it. Yeah, Chris Knoll, he decimated freedom of speech with that anti-Semitic thing. No, I wasn't saying you watch faux news, Chris. I wasn't saying that at all. I don't know what anybody watches here. I watch Fox and CNN and MSLSD. I just don't believe anything they say. I'm there to expose them. Well, Shangri-La, no one really controls this world. Well, there are people who are more aptly positioned than you or I to affect markets. Think about it. Warren Buffett says something and boom, the markets move. Do you or I have that power? No. So there's obviously power that certain people have, whether it's financial power or political power or whatever. That was a pretty substantial rise right there, but still it's barely above 2,000 loss for the day. What goes up must come down. Exactly, natural. Watch all of them and use your brain. Yeah. Listen to all, believe none. Marius says Tulsi actually listens to constituents. She responded to me personally. Reach out to her about guns. I'll let you do that. I don't really have any hope in politicians. Tell her to renege on all of her gun. Ooh, look at that! Look at that sharp decline. Whoa, whoa, that's a 200 drop in 1 minute. 150 drop in 1 minute. Okay, it's not one to go down. What's going on in Georgia? If it breaks this line right here, this tail down here, let's see if you can see that. If it breaks this tail right here and it goes below 410 and heads to that 300, That's going to be interesting times. We got a descending wedge pattern right here. This is a brand new thing for me, so let me see if I can draw this. I'm not familiar with this program. Stay in draw mode. Am I in draw mode? No, I can't draw anything. Yeah, it's a descending wedge pattern, which is, I mean, on the intraday, it's sort of bullish, but I don't think we're going by technicals right now. We're going all by monetary, fiat, dog and pony, unicorn poop. You technical guys, isn't a descending wedge pattern? It's been years. Isn't a descending wedge pattern bullish? At least short-term bullish. Yeah, a lot of people misquote that verse, don't they, Winston? A lot of people say money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. Because if you think about it, if you love money more than you love human beings, what do you think? What lengths do you think you'd be willing to go to harm somebody so that you can get the money that you love? If money is your god, you'll go to any lengths. You'll take a rowboat out in the middle of a pond and put cement shoes on somebody that you don't like and sink them to the bottom for money. What people do for money is, and what's amazing about the whole thing is it's all illusory. It's not even money. It's currency. It's based on nothing. Thank you for waking me, Brian. Off to build a coalition of non-reptilians. I don't know if I buy into that reptilian stuff. Anybody here buy into the reptilian thing? Let's just go ahead and get it on the table. Do you think there are people on this planet like they live, like who are really reptilians? I'll just go ahead and put my thought. I don't see any. Let me just say I don't see any evidence for it. I see people showing me videos where Oprah's eyes change and, oh God, she's a reptilian. But that's not evidence to me. No. Okay, so so Snook 36, why do you believe? I mean, is there evidence to support that? Let me put it this way: if there were reptilian humans among us and there was evidence for it, I would believe the evidence, but I don't see evidence. I see a lot of people saying a lot of things, pointing to a lot of things that they're saying is real that I just don't buy it. That's another, Galeon, that's another issue for another day. It's not reptilian. The Bible talks about angels mixed with humans. That is where this reptilian people came from. Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't believe everything I read. Okay, so Outlaw sent a link. I love this community, by the way. None of us is greater than all of us. Pinellas County, Florida Sheriff Robert Galtieri tries to have his political opponent arrested again. I'll have to take a look at that later. Thanks, Outlaw. I have my fluoride video, by the way, ready to go. But, oh man, we're on the lows again. But I don't know if I should release it right now with all this coronavirus. I don't think people are really interested in fluoride right now. And I really don't want that video to flop because it's a video that everybody in America, everybody in the world needs to see about fluoride. Non-Mirage Truth Vision, I'd never answer questions like that because I don't think it's prudent. You see people saying things and displaying things on social media, and I just don't see how that's beneficial to the person who wants to tell everybody what they got. You know what I mean? No offense to you, Zach. All right, I'll look at Discord later, Galen. 431, 131 points, and we're below the $1.5 trillion pump and dump. Well, I can't post it. If I repost it after I post it, then they strike you for duplicate content, which actually gives you a strike on your channel. I can't do that. Follow after Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a good idea. Non-truth mirage or non-mirage truth vision. 9%. Yeah, 8.74%. Man, guys, down 2% is a big down day. We're down 8.69%. Okay, let me ask you this question, guys. Man, we need a call-in show. We need a call-in show. Do you think numbers govern everything? Certain numbers govern everything? Do the numbers govern? Or does it work in the reverse? The carnage continues, says Michael. Let's see. I wonder if I can do. I need to get familiar with this chart right here. Because usually you can draw lines. Let me see if I can just draw a line. Can I just put a line in here? Look at that. Look at that. Here's another attempt. Here's another attempt. We just gained 1% and we just lost 0.5%. Man, this is manipulation. Guys, this right here, this 300 up, 350 down, 250 up, 300 down. This is serious volatility. If you're an intraday trader, you are happy as a hog in slop. If you're trading with your limits set, your stop limits. Look at that tail right there. Look at that tail. Will it end with that tail on there? That's trepidation right there. If it ends like that. Yeah, it did end with that tail. Shoot. Look at that. Okay, so we have 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute drop. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute drop. Now we have 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute. Let's see if it drops. It's almost like a pattern now. If it doesn't attain to this and you've got a wedge created right here. So they're doing 4 minute drops and then it just falls out. I mean, 4 minute inclines and then it falls out. This was substantial. Look at this. From 424, we're already up 300 points in 4 minutes. I appreciate you guys joining, by the way. Let me take another second. JC says they want everyone to go into cryptos, especially a virtual currency society. E Honda says, see, they're injecting money into the market. Yeah, but did they inject more money into the market above and beyond? If you guys, here's what I need you guys to do, especially my admins. If you get wind of an article while we're watching this live where they're injecting more above and beyond the 1.5 trillion, let me know, because I'm thinking, things are being said here. That's why this is happening, or it's hitting a technical mark, and people are like, okay, we can't go this far, and this is an opportunity to make money. There's so much trading. Okay, look at that drop. Let's see if this bar stays right here. Let's see if that sell bar stays. Where's my volume? We need to look at volume here too. No volume is provided by data vendor. Shoot, really? Why? I need a chart that has volume. I bet these volume and I bet the sell volume bars are just out of this world. So I wish I could put a mark right here, because this is where, well, you can see that. It's just at the end of that tail right here. But below this 500 500-point increase. This is where the 1.5 trillion was dumped into the market by the your friendly neighborhood New York Federal Reserve. Friendly neighborhood in quotes. All right, let's see what CNN Business is saying live here. Phew. That's 57 minutes ago. That's live updates. Give me a break. All right. 49 minutes ago. Okay, 23 minutes ago. This is why the Dow Jones crashed hard today. We'll look at that. Stock market attempts to claw back. That's 2 hours ago. We need something that, 14 minutes ago. All right, that's 14 minutes ago. So if we go to our chart here, these are 1 minute increments. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 14 minutes ago is about right here. About right there. CCN, this is why the Dow Jones crashed harder today than it has in 33 years. The Dow Jones fell 2,000 points on Thursday despite a historic intervention from the Federal Reserve, pledging more than $1 trillion. We know it was $1.5 trillion, 1.5 trillion in repo interventions over the next few weeks. Are they kidding? They're behind the curve too, because it was 1.5 trillion today, aside from the repo markets, which is an additional 300 to 500 billion. Jerome Powell is pulling out all the stops to fight the coronavirus. Okay, so this is a battle between the Fed and the coronavirus. Yeah, right. Battle between the Fed and the coronavirus. It has nothing to do with the market trying to seek fair market value at all. JC says cashless society is a controlled society. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. If I learned anything in jail, it was to learn to trade with others and develop a trade. Guys, there are a couple things we cannot allow. They've already allowed real ID under Trump. Thanks, Trump. Not even Obama got real ID passed, and Bush couldn't get it passed. Bush brought it to the table. Obama did nothing with it, and now it's law. On October 1st, all states have to be real ID compliant. Thanks, Trump. Yeah, and if you're new to my channel, I'm against Obama. I'm against all politicians, and I'm against Trump. I'm against anybody who wants to put their hands in your pockets and take out the time and laboring energy that you worked to accumulate. Period. I'm an equal opportunity political condemner. The Dow Jones fell 2,000. See, we cannot. The thing we can't accept is the cashless society. We cannot go cashless under any circumstances. It doesn't. I don't care if they promise you the moon. I don't care if they promise to end the Washington's District of Criminals. Let's go to a cashless society and we'll end Washington, D.C. That's never going to happen, but I'm just saying if they did, never, ever go cashless. You think you're a slave now? They get rid of cash. You are 100, every single transaction, every single purchase, every single sale will all be tracked. You go to a yard sale, you won't be able to use cash. We will lose all control, says Ravenite. Yep. Then we lose all control. Cashless society rings in 666. Yeah, you might as well take the mark of the beast. Can't buy or sell without your. Did you see that on ID 2020? They called it the certification mark. Bill Gates and the Alliance. Bill Gates and the Alliance. I'll put on my Alex Jones voice. And no, I'm not drinking whiskey. I'm drinking water as I do my Alex Jones voice. Bill Gates and the Alliance will produce the certification mark. That is the mark of the beast, 666. You can't buy, sell, loan, rent without this mark. Thanks, Bill and Melinda Gates. Check out the market. Oh my gosh, we're breaking it. We're breaking it. Here we go, guys. That's the level right there. We just broke it. Whoa, man. Guys, like I said, like I told you 35 minutes ago, if we break this level right here, it is Katie bar the door. All bets are off. We are below the $1.5 trillion stimulus that pumped up this market. It went up and now it's back below that level. This is huge. This is huge. No, I'm not doing fear, but we have lost 725 to 261. That's a 500 point drop in 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. 500 point drop. We're going. We're tanking. Look at this. Guys, we're negative 23. I said earlier in 2 videos ago, we may see a negative 3,000 day today. This is huge. Here we go, E Honda says. What are we below here? This is all time. This is lows. This is lows. Let me go to the daily chart. We might have to back off to the daily chart. It might move to 177, 163. Okay, what if we lose that basis? We already lost it. What if we lose that right there? What if we lose 510? What if we lose 20,510? Will we see below 20,000 today? The market's going to be open for another 31 minutes. There ain't no telling what we're going to see here. Look at this bar. This is bloodbath. Yeah, you thought you had a 401k. Let's go back to the minute chart. Holy crap. This is the 1 second chart. Second time intervals, no thanks. Let's go to the minute. Sorry, we should do second charts, but I mean, I don't think it's necessary. 21,183. If they stay stable below this this quantitative easing, this money manipulation, this money, our dollar just got decimated today. The dollars in your pocket, yeah, they may be able to buy more stock, but will they be able to buy more bread? Will they be able to buy more anything? Meat, eggs, water, toilet paper? If it takes a run at that 20,510, I don't even know what to tell you. I'm not a technical analyst expert or anything, but I know if you break below the economic stimulus, oh, people are scared right now. Wow. Oh, is that oh, market closed. Oh, sorry. I was going Eastern Standard Time. Okay, this is Central. Okay, ding ding. Down 2,300. Okay, that was it. That was the wow. Let's just take this in right here. It went from this peak and at this minute of 7, what's the high there? 743 down to a low of 154. That's a 600 point drop in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 600 point drop in 8 minutes. Wow. Refund my super chats to all these people who lost it all, bleed the same. We just witnessed history again, guys. Look at the drop. Can you see that? 9.99%. Turn that upside down. 666. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can. Let me get my mug out of the way. Look at that. Negative 9.99%. Inverted is negative 666. Wow. Bread is $25. I would not doubt it if bread was $25 a loaf in the next, who knows, short period of time. Yeah, Gem Puggy, unbelievable. We just witnessed history again together, guys. 27 minutes till the market closes? No, it says market's closed now. Market's closed now. Yeah, market doesn't. Guys, market is closed, right? Yeah. I'm no financial expert, but I think market's closed. Yeah, it's closed. We witnessed history. Oh, they just moved off of that 999. It's 0.998. We're going to see that number move a little bit. It usually does after the close, 5-10 minutes after the close. 2350.8 negative. This is 2 records, okay? This is a points record. Oh, it went up. And it just went back down. This is a points record. This is the highest single day loss in the history of the stock market at 2352.5 if it stays there, and the largest single day percentage record of almost 10%, 9.99%. Say goodbye to a second term for Trump. Are you ready for socialist? Or I don't think he's going to lose a second term. They've already appointed. Trump has already been selected. It's not an election process. It's a selection process. What happened to gold and silver today? I haven't even looked. I've been looking at the Dow all day. Let's see. Precious metals, silver spot price. Let me back this off here. 6.5%. Wow. Let me back this off. Look at that. Silver lost 6.5% today. Lost $1.09. Fire sale. Look at that. The Dow loses 10%. Silver loses 5%. Oh, 6.5%. Sorry. What did cryptos do today? Let's see. Let's see. Bitcoin. Let's just look at Bitcoin. Oh, it took a huge hit. Huge hit. Did you think you were watching the Young Turks? But huge. No, wait, it's a huge. Come on, no results? What'd they do? Freeze trading on. Oh, here we go. 1 month. Look at that dive. 7,700 the other day. Now it's 6,000. Wow. So much for Bitcoin rich, huh? Maybe one day. You know what I'm saying about Bitcoin rich, right? Breaking news, Secretary of Communication of Brazil that met Trump has tested positive for COVID-19 virus. Thanks for that, Gary. I had $220 in Bitcoin last week. It's now $120. Sorry to hear that, Jan. Bernie is already burnt out of elections. Sorry, Bernie bros. I don't care. You know what? Bitcoin's down 24%. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. I didn't look at the percentage here. Day, week, month. Yeah, it's down 40% month over month. For the week, it's down 30%, and daily, intraday, it's down 22%. I don't care if Bernie's president. I don't care if Elizabeth Warren's president. I mean, people are going to go, what? You don't care if Bernie's, we're going to have a social. We already have socialism. You just saw it today. Central banking is socialism. When you inject $1.5 trillion that doesn't belong to them, it belongs to you and your posterity. When you inject $1.5 trillion into the market so that it can do this right here, and then it just dumps at the end of the day, they just blew your money. They just blew your sons and daughters' money, your great-grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren. They don't give a damn. They're going to reach as far into the future as they can to pull as much of that money into their reality as possible. Doesn't matter if Bernie's president. Doesn't matter if Trump's president, Elizabeth Warren, Tulsi Gabbard, get any puppet you want in there. You're not changing the hand. Until you change the hand that the puppet fits on, you don't change anything. You remember Alan Greenspan, right? If you're not familiar with Alan Greenspan, let me just play you this video that every red-blooded American should see. You want to see who's in the driver's seat of America? Here, let me show you. Yeah, Federal Reserve above the law. Let's see if you can see this. Listen carefully. I will only play it once. Let me know if you can hear this. This is in 2007.
I have the ideology because I
Oh, shoot. Let me see. I can't hear it now. Let me see. Oh, it must be in my ear. All right. Can you guys hear this okay?
believe that it is the best way of coming at the world and what type of policy.
Give me a 5x5 if you can hear that. Turn it up a little. And let's see. turn it up. It's all the way up on that. It's all the way up on this. And let me turn it up on, yeah, it's all the way up. Okay. All right, stick around. Don't go anywhere. You got to hear this. You want to hear who's in control of the good old US of A? The Title 28, Section 3002, 15A? Here we go. This guy's going to ask, what should the proper relationship between the chairman of the Fed and a president of the United States? Here's the answer. Let me just play it back.
At the world and what type of policy.
What is the proper relationship? What should be the proper relationship between a chairman of the Fed and a president of the United States?
Well, first of all, the Federal Reserve is an independent agency, and that means basically
the first thing he says is, the first thing you got to understand is we are an independent agency. He just declared his and his banks and his Zionist overlord sovereignty from any law that you could possibly lay upon him. He's saying, first of all, you got to understand, we are an independent agency. That's number one.
that there is no other agency of government which can overrule actions that we take.
Now let me play this back. I'm going to say this slowly, okay? Yeah, I know I said I'd only play it once, but this is worth repeating. There is no other agency of government, not in the legislative, not in the judicial, not in the executive. There is no other agency of government which can overrule actions that we take. If we make an action, they need to sit there and just take it. That's control. We're sovereign and we take our own actions, and you can say nothing about it and you can do nothing about it.
Actions that we take. So long as that is in place and there is no evidence that the administration or the Congress or anybody else is requesting that we do things other than what we think is the appropriate thing, then what the relationships are don't frankly matter. And
Can you imagine being that pompous? You think, and all the lemmings out there who go to the voting booths think, yeah, I'm going to vote for the president of the United States. He's going to be the leader of the free world. Guess what? He's not even the leader of the free world. I don't know what he's the leader of. He's only a figurehead puppet for the United States Federal Corporation. The Title 28, Section 3002, 15A, United States means federal corporation. He's saying we're in the driver's seat. We're an independent entity. We are sovereign, and whatever actions we take, I don't care what agency of government you're talking about, legislative, executive, judicial, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're judges. It doesn't matter if they're congressmen. It doesn't matter if they're senators. It doesn't matter if they're presidents. It doesn't matter. Nobody, it doesn't matter what our relationship. Nobody can overrule what we say. What we say goes. We're the big kid on the block. We're the bully on the playground. And you can't, I'm kicking sand in your face and you shut up and you sit there and you listen to me and you take my $1.5 trillion and you put that in your pipe and smoke it, buddy. That's what Alan Greenspan is saying there. What the relationships are between a Fed chairman and the president of the United States doesn't matter as long as they're a good little lapdog and they do exactly what we say and they don't try to overrule actions that we take. So you want to go to the polling place and you want to try to convince me that, well, Trump is better than Hillary. No, he's not. No. Because Hillary's just a puppet, and Trump's just a puppet, and Bernie's just a puppet, and Romney was a puppet, and they're all just puppets. Bush, Clinton, Nixon, they're all just freaking puppets. Some just display that they're more puppety than other ones. Period. Trump is too better? How can Trump be better when he can't overrule actions that the Fed takes? How can that be? It's like my babysitter molests your kids less than your babysitter molests my kid. It's like, but your kids are getting molested by the babysitter. How can you say either one of them is better? Well, Trump's going to steal less money from me. No, he's not going to steal less money. Has anybody been paying attention? He just signed a $1.37 trillion federal spending package, of which the military industrial complex got a 5.3% increase. The military-industrial complex that Eisenhower warned us against, that we were all against when Obama was president, but all of a sudden, you got to trust the plan when Trump's on board. Obama wasn't playing 5D chess, but Trump is. You got to trust the plan, buddy. I know your 401k's down 30%, but you got to trust the plan, buddy. Remember 2 weeks ago when it was up 110%? Remember that? Remember when you were a rock star in the eyes of your wife and she was actually talking to you and sleeping with you again because she thought you were a stock market wizard? Well, she ain't sleeping with me now. I wonder why that is. God, if your relationship is dependent on what the stock market's doing, I don't even know what to tell you. What happened to the chat? It looks like people are chatting. All right, so I guess we're done for the day. So what did it settle on? It settled on negative. And guys, that's not even if the stock market went up to 30,000 tomorrow, Trump is still a puppet for the Zionist international banking cartel. It's all a part of the program. They're following the program. And until we detach ourselves from the IRS, until we detach ourselves from the Federal Reserve, until we get our heads out of our asses and realize that we don't need to be voting for the chains of our own oppression by going to the voting booth and pushing that button and pulling that lever, we ain't never going to affect change. Obama is the same is a different puppet on the same hand as Trump is. Period. Oh, matter of fact, Trump is dropping more bombs on foreign lands than Trump did. If I remember right, it was 25 a day under Bush, 35 a day under Obama, and it's like 120 something, 121 a day under Trump. Bigger military industrial complex, beefed up prison industrial complex, ain't backing off on the drug war. Treasury Secretary is a Goldman Sachs insiding banker. Warmonger at the Secretary of State, at the helm of the Secretary of State. His whole cabinet is loaded with, Wilbur Ross and all these other Zionists that hate America. It's make Israel great again. The people who were selling those hats at CPAC last year were right. It's not make America great again. It's make Israel great again. And I know I'm going to lose subscribers by saying that. But guys, truth is truth. Truth is truth, even if nobody believes it. But guess what? A lie is still a lie, even if everybody believes it. And I'm going to say that again. Truth is truth, even if no one believes it. It's still truth. And a lie is still a lie, even if everybody believes it. E. Honda saying, check this out. Let's see. I'm going to bring this over. Thanks, E. Honda. This is from Market Watch. History says, oh, wait. Can you see that? History says stock market unlikely to be rescued by emergency interest rate cuts. Stocks tend to perform poorly in year after Fed delivers emergency rate cuts and analysts find. Well, that's real heartening for you. Somebody asked me where I got the $1.5 trillion pump. It came from, take this with a grain of salt, but it came from an intraday alert from a couple of news organizations. One was, here's $1 trillion, but that was even low. They pumped to 1.5 trillion. And then you can see their operations, their repo operations. Let's see. There were a couple, the 1.5 trillion numbers out there. Okay. Stock market bears say coronavirus pandemic is a problem central bankers are ill-equipped to fix. It's not about the coronavirus, guys. Come on. It's not about the coronavirus. The coronavirus is a scapegoat. It's a smokescreen. It's something for them to go, hey, we've got this crisis, whether they developed or not. Okay, whether they develop this crisis or not, they're going to take advantage of this crisis because you don't want to let a good crisis go to the waste. It's the tenet for the Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. Whether they created the problem or not, they're going to capitalize on it, wait for the fear-based reaction, and then step in to provide the pre-planned solution. Stock market bears say that this is about the coronavirus. History suggests the U.S. stock market may take a downturn path in the wake of last week's emergency interest rate cut by the Federal Reserve. Remember that? They dropped it 50 basis points, guys. They weren't even going to drop it that much. They dropped it 50 basis points. It's just unprecedented. Garrett DeSimon, head of the quantitative research at Option Metrics, took a look back at past central bank emergency actions and found that while the stock market has tended to gain in the month following that action, returns in the following year tend to disappoint. Returns in the following year. Okay, so here's the graph right here. All right, so that link's in there because of E. Honda. Thanks, man, for doing that. I'm going to end this stream because it's just going way too long. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Do you guys have any parting thoughts as 979 continue to hang on? I really appreciate it. If you guys, hey guys, do me a real quick favor before I end this stream. Go to my highimpactflix.com website and sign up right here. This way, it's on the right-hand side of the screen. This way, if I get disappeared off of Twitter, off of Instagram, off of YouTube, we can stay in contact through email, and I will always be sending. I'll always have a platform to hopefully to upload on. Go to my BitChute channel. I'm just going to go to that right now. Dang, I want to watch that video right there. BitChute. Let me just go to that. Where is my BitChute? Let's see, where is it? There it is. Here's my BitChute channel. Please sign up to my BitChute. It's free. All this stuff's free. Sign up to me on Twitter, through my website, highimpactflix.com, and BitChute and Instagram. So that's the way I'm going to be. I guess you really like Tulsi, huh, Marius? Well, I don't like gun grabbers, so I can't go with that. This seems kind of childish, Marius. I thought we were having a good dialogue. That kind of spam is pretty much uncalled for. When you say Tulsi, you're saying red flag, red flag, red flag. Take our AR-15s, take our AR-15s, gun control laws, gun control. That's what you're saying when you're saying Tulsi. Same thing I see when I see a Bernie Sanders or anybody down there. So, I mean, I don't know why you want to play that childish game, Marius. No, it's really not, man. It's really not. Let's say I went in as president, or you went in as president, or Tulsi, or somebody who you think is a principled person or whatever. How much power do you think they're going to let you have when they control the entire monetary system? Not very much. You remember, Secret Service is no doubt owned by the bankers. Every movement of the Secret Service is owned by people above the president. Everything. So they can poison your food. They can put a bullet in your head. They can, I don't know. They can kill you in your sleep. You can mysteriously have a heart attack. The only way is for people to get together, critical mass, unite, realize what's going on, and take a stand. And it's a 24/7 stand. That means you might get a call at 2:00 in the morning to hop in your car and run down the road and stand alongside of your friend with about 3,000 other people so that they won't take somebody's house in the middle of the night. That's how bad it's going to get. That's how bad I perceive it getting if you take a stand for liberty. That's why I like what Jefferson said. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and indifference to this notion is the means by which the people will and have secured their own oppression. And with that, I think we'll end this stream. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. Don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. Thanks, guys. Just hang in there. Stock up. Be prepared. Get your vitamins, food, water, whatever you need. If you haven't done so already and you have a chance right now, go ahead and do it.